All I know, sex, money, murder, drugs, and high speeds. No license plate, registration, or ID. 5 deep, smoking with an open container. On the run from my PO parole violator. East Oakland Raider. I'm as real as they come. Put hands on the nigga for misusing his tongue. You better ask about me. If you don't know yet, it ain't a nigga out here breathing that I won't go get. When it comes to my money, our family, nigga. I don't play about my bread or my family members. I was raised on the block with convicts and headhunters. Where niggas catch you leaking, take flight and red brim you some head busters. Check my background, punk. Certified die hard, never back down once. Never gave a fuck, never talked out the side of my neck. So when you see me, you better show some signs of respect. They call me DB, the stalker, got a pile of stripes. In them streets known as a hard-hitter, violent type. Get off on sight, wherever I catch a nigga. From the streets to the reception center.
What's good with the people, man? You know what I'm talking about? Y'all still out there bouncing with baby cuz, man. Get this shit up out there, man. How y'all doing, man? How y'all still out there on this wipe and wash Wednesday? You know what I'm talking about? Get the good areas. Yeah, man, how y'all doing out there, man? It's your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's good people like hee hee ha ha. You know what I'm talking about? Ken and the pen. You know what I'm talking about? All my folks incarcerated. All my folks on the bottom of the game, all my folks on top of it, man. Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna get through it to get to it. You know what I'm talking about? Swing that finger, young man. You know what I'm talking about? Back around again, worldwide. You know what I'm talking about? And Dugu, Fresh. You know what I'm talking about? Mike. You know what I'm talking about? Lil Rue, not Lil Rue, Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player. That's who comes next. You know what I'm talking about? I see you, man. You know what I'm talking about? Same thing, man. All my folks on the bottom of the game, all my folks on top of it, incarcerated, man, around the world. You know what I'm talking about, man? Keep that head up. We gonna get through it to get to it. You know what I'm talking about? How y'all out there doing, man? Let's get through these disclaimers, man. You know what I'm talking about? Now, good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no drug usage. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no drug sellage. I don't promote no alcohol consumption. Don't take a sip of the sippage. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no crime. I don't promote no violence. I don't promote no domestic violence. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Don't. You know what I'm talking about? Promote. You know what I'm talking about? No. You know what I'm talking about? Negativity. That ain't what I do. You know what I'm talking about? Me. This goddamn friend. Me. I don't promote nothing. You know what I'm talking about? All I promote is do what you're going to do with your time. Young ladies and gentlemen, make sure you do the right thing with it, man. You know what I'm talking about? We don't know how much we got. You know what I'm talking about? Me, I ain't prejudiced. I ain't got nothing against the sexually different. I ain't got nothing against the little people. You know what I'm talking about? I don't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about? I love everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I'm on the quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? And that love. Back to the YouTube community. Now, is you with me? Come on, fuck with your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about? How y'all out there doing, man? You know what I'm talking about? Sign birthday the first. You know what I'm talking about, man? Y'all had a good first, man. Wipe and wash Wednesday, man. You know what I'm talking about? How y'all out there doing, though, man? I see you, man. I got a little short story for you, man. Sometimes why you just don't believe people. You know what I'm talking about? You just gotta watch the shit as it come. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody who good in math but can't figure out who their baby daddy is. That's a tough one. I see you. Fuck it. You know what I'm talking about? Man, look, we gonna call this one Alaska. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, man, this is this nigga. I'm in the county jail, man. They got the cocks and shit, right? There's a nigga up in there named Alaska, you know what I'm talking about? So, he good, and he cracking jokes with the fellas. You know what I'm talking about? He good. He done came in, everybody remembering from last time. You know what I'm talking about? You got a few people remembering from the streets. You know what I'm talking about? Last guy out there doing this thing. You know what I'm talking about? So he up in there, they on the cocks, they cracking jokes. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody come up in there, you know what I'm talking about? They all around, you know what I'm talking about? So now he missed the first though. You know what I'm talking about? This is where the gang kick off at. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody going to court next week on Stowe Day. You know what I'm talking about? So look, He up in there for a serious case, so you know he ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't even worried about that. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't worried about it. Nah, you ain't. Firepower. So look, he just around there cracking jokes. You know what I'm talking about? He ain't went to the store. He's telling everybody, you know who I am. You know what I'm talking about? Alaska. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't seen me out there, man. You know who it is. You know what I'm talking about? So he running around, he getting chips. You know what I'm talking about? He getting summer sauces. You know what I'm talking about? Still cracking jokes, right? So look, he on the phone every day. You know what I'm talking about? Talking about is all about. You know what I'm talking about? Telling the bitch what to do, right? But when ain't nobody else peeping, he on the phone every day. But he arguing with that bitch. You know what I'm talking about? He over there arguing with sis. You know what I'm talking about? So he, bitch, you better do this, you better do that, right? So here come that court date. You know what I'm talking about? That court date was on that stove date. You know what I'm talking about? So he over there, he ate all these niggas' suits. You know what I'm talking about? All the chips, summer sausage. You know what I'm talking about? So look, he go to court, right? No, hold on. Before he go to court, this is what it was, right? Nobody else peeped this, just like they didn't peep him over there. He was talking to that bitch, but they was arguing. You know what I'm talking about? You know what else they didn't peep? You know how they give you your money receipt? They hand that nigga money receipt, man, and the way he looked at that motherfucker is like he seen somebody he told on. You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't a pleasant look. So look, next day he go to court, right? Now he got a serious case, so you know he ain't going nowhere, man. Man, look, everybody come back right here. Everybody looking for Alaska, talking about where he at, right? They talking about Alaska, then got into it down there in court with the deputy. That nigga knew they was finna tear his ass up, right? When them big old sacks came over there, man, he was talking all that shit, right? They say, man, how you get into it with the deputy, right? They say he was finna bring that nigga back up. He just turned around and looked at the deputy and said, stop pushing me, you bitch ass.